You know what? Say what you want to say. This quarantine has been good for my beard. I always wanted a Mr. T type beard, but all I would be able to get was Life Jennings. Must be nice. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Don from First Earth Media, and this is Let's Be Real, a show where I keep it realer than real about my stories, my experiences, my advice about filmmaking and getting into it as a freelancer. So today we're going to talk about why I think film school is a joke. First off, you're going to get into debt. And I personally don't see why you want to fuck yourself. You can take a fraction of that money and teach yourself how to be a really good filmmaker. I say go on Google and YouTube and start looking up a bunch of tutorials that'll get you on the path to learning how to be good and how to make really good quality stuff. There are digital master classes on filmmaking all over the place. Everybody's trying to teach and give out that knowledge. Use that. That's to your advantage. You can also start a brand and take some of that money and get your brand LLC so that you're more on the legit side of the game when you're out here doing business as a freelancer. If you really are dedicated to it, that will be a sign of your dedication to it. Or take a leap of faith, buy a plane ticket and go to LA and really try to chase your dreams as a filmmaker. Find work, really immerse yourself in that community. It's gonna be oversaturated. It's a very dog eat dog environment, but shit, the cream will rise to the top. And most importantly, you'll be debt free. Besides, you don't do shit in film class anyway. Remember back in the day when you used to be really excited for movie day? Like, yeah, movie day, we ain't gonna do shit in class today. Used to love that as a kid. But that shit's gonna get real played out if you're in film school. Let me walk you through the average film class. You're gonna sit down for 3 to 4 hours and watch a bunch of old and ridiculous movies that you really didn't ask to fucking watch. Fight sleep. And then get together with a bunch of other people just like you who don't know what the fuck they're doing so you can make your own little shitty student film. I could do that for free. My next point is your film degree doesn't mean shit in the industry. You might as well be holding tissue paper in your hand because that's all they're gonna use your degree for anyway. The only time I notice that your film degree actually helps you is if the person that's hiring has a thing for people from your school, or they maybe had went to your school, but if they didn't, chances are they don't give a fuck about you like that. In the film and movie industry, your film degree will be facing off against the likes of people like the first AC's nephew, the producer's son, the script director's girlfriend, all kinds of shit. It's very incestuous. They don't let a lot of people from the outside in. No matter how good you are coming out of school, you're gonna have to start at the bottom. No matter how qualified you are at what you do. Are you good at cinematography? Love writing a script? Want to direct? Who gives a fuck? You're gonna start off as a PA. Now go get my coffee and don't even think about talking to the talent because that'll throw off their focus. They're more concerned with whether or not you're a person who can smile and get along with everybody and not fuck up for 12 to 20 hours a day. But it's not really any better as a freelancer. You'll start off from the bottom, but not only are you trying to be a filmmaker, you're also trying to double as an entrepreneur. So that'll mean doing a lot of free work to build up your portfolio. Maybe you have to take on some low budget gigs for a while. It's just a way for you to build yourself up so you know what you're doing in this industry. That experience out in the field is priceless compared to what you will be learning in a classroom. But let's be real, at the end of the day, you gotta remember that you're still working a job. And with any job, you can be fired. Hell, sometimes even blackballed if they don't like you enough. Believe it or not, I've been told by some people in the industry that they would much rather do what I do as a freelancer and just work on projects and do different shit like that for other people, opposed to working on sets around celebrities and other people who are in the industry. And it's not a lot of love in it because they really want to have creative freedom to make projects and stuff that they have in mind, but when you clocking in to do your job, you don't have that type of say-so. Besides, if you're good enough and you put your project out there and it blows up and now you get a chance to really make your film the way you want to with a big budget, you'll basically end up hiring the same people that you want it to be. My next point is that filmmaking is becoming more accessible to consumers. Companies have been creating DSLR cameras that has made making professional quality videos, very sharp stuff, 4K, 1080p, all that other shit. It's just a couple $100 or maybe even $1,500. You may be able to find you a good quality camera and be able to get out there and start shooting. It's literally like the Wild West. If you can buy you a gun, you can enjoy the fun. Bars. already tons of editing softwares and visual effects softwares out there that you can download onto your laptop and just pay a little fee for it, opposed to having to go through a studio in order to have access to these things, which has completely rocked the market for high budget quality media, because people can just make their own and it looks pretty good, and studios will go out and buy it and just be like, hey, you know, it's not big, so let's just buy your shit, remake it and name it ours. I mean, it's a pretty good way to make your money, but that's just kind of the truth of what the situation is right now. I mean, you can look back as late as the early 2000s, and they used to have enormous budgets for their music videos, large crews, all kinds of shit. But now, let's be real, if you know a motherfucker with a camera and you kind of decent at it, you can call him over and get your own version of the same thing that you would see on TV. And studios are hip to it, so, you know, it's only a matter of time. And finally, they teach you how to make a bunch of cool shit, but they don't teach you how to make money. Halfway throughout my first semester, I quickly realized that my profession is nomadic. I'll be jumping from studio to studio to studio, finding work, working on contracts, nothing to be long term, as in like a job like a doctor or a lawyer, whatever else you would go to college for. So I took it upon myself to start freelancing so that I would be able to start making some money and teaching myself how to make money. I started doing graphic design. I would do photography for people. I would come out and shoot their music videos and their promo videos. A lot of the same shit that I do now, but I started that back in school because I seen what I was up against. Had I not done that, I wouldn't have started my own business. And I would have been really relying on me finding a job in my industry opposed to making the jobs for myself. Plus, social media has made it way easy for creatives and artists all around the world to connect with people who may need what you're offering. Everybody needs to be seen. Pictures don't go as viral as videos do. So everybody needs that outreach. Take your camera, go meet up with somebody and start shooting their stuff and have them pay you to do it. Other ways to make money with your camera is by shooting stock footage and selling it. You can sell your video editing services. Maybe you know how to do a little bit of motion graphics with the text and stuff that'll pop up. Or you can take the knowledge that you know and create educational material for other people to buy and learn from. All of those are ways to supplement you while you are looking for work in the industry, if that's what you're looking into, or you're in between gigs. Those are all the points I really had to make. I mean, I've went to film school, I graduated and everything like that, so I'm speaking from experience. You asked me, did I enjoy film school? Yes and kind of no. I didn't hate it, but I did feel like I was just buying time till I got out of it because I didn't have any set structure beyond school. Once you graduate, it's up to you to sink or swim out here in this industry. And you can make your own money, but you just have to do a lot of due diligence to make it happen. Film school, they want money. I spent 5 years in film school when I really should have just spent 4, but that 5th year was a year full of electives that they said that I needed to take in order to get my degree. Just sound like they just had their hand in my pocket, you know, just like I'm just made out of motherfucking money. They got my degree hostage at gunpoint if I don't pay the little ransom and go through the bullshit that they want me to go through for that last year. So what I end up doing, which I encourage other people to do, is to make the most out of your time, for real, learn how to do something that you feel like can make you a better artist or a better creative, or take some business classes that'll help you become a more savvy business person while you out here making a lot of these deals with people. I ended up taking a bunch of drawing classes that helped me out with my illustrations. And my last semester, I went overseas to Singapore and I completed 4 to 5 months out there doing their film program. And at the time, I just felt like I needed to get out of Chicago. I needed to get out of my bubble. And that's what pushed me all the way out there. That's a whole nother story. I learned a lot of stuff out there too. Like, it really got me out of my shell. But despite what I'm saying, if you do choose to go to film school, there are a few reasons. If you go there, make sure that you use all their facilities, all their equipment, because you have access to all of it. I really suggest people during that time while they're in school to start doing freelance work and using the equipment that they have at their school to get a lot of that work done. And that's a godsend, because a lot of people want to get into doing filmmaking, but they don't have the equipment, so use it the best you can. Also start doing film projects, different things like that that you can build a very solid portfolio, and that'll give you more traction than the average bear. You also want to try to showcase your work as much as you can. Put it in festivals, put it in exhibitions, do all kinds of stuff, because you really want to grow your reach and your name as an artist. Which takes me to my next point. Network with everybody. everybody. If you're in class with 16 people, you need to know 17 people. You get what I'm saying though, right? If you're in class with a bunch of people, you need to know everybody, and they need to know what you do. So I suggest you get some business cards, whatever the case is, go around, introduce yourself, talk to people, find out what they do, and find out ways that you can collab while you're there in school. You never know too, the person that you sit next to, they may be working for a big studio one day, they may have somebody that's connected to something that'll help you out. You guys might get together and create something real big. So it's really important that you use that time while you're in an environment where there's a bunch of people to get to know these folks and for them to get to know you. Join clubs, get into different programs, really milk that shit. Yeah, you might not be as friendly as you want to be, but do you want to succeed or do you want to be not friendly? Okay, that's a real easy question. It's not high school. People don't hate you as much as you think they hate you. Put yourself out there. It's scary, but I promise you, it's one of the main things that'll skyrocket your career. And lastly, you have teachers there, so you can get guided help. If you have any questions, if you want them to look over your stuff so they can critique it, that's good. They have a lot of experience. They've seen a lot of things. All right, that's all I got to say for this episode. I hope I put something on your mind today. If you were thinking about going to film school, I don't really knock it. It's like everybody has ever told me, is that it'll be what you make it. Go there, do as much as you can, really use those 4 years to come out a better person, to come out more connected, so that you don't hate yourself so much when you're paying that debt off. If you got any questions about going to film school, what the experience is like, if you didn't like what I said, if you want to add to the conversation, put it down there in the comment section. I would love to hear it, no matter how good or bad it is. I'm here for y'all. Let's create a community and grow. Also, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at First Earth Media. I drop content over there. You can see some of the stuff that I'm into and shoot me questions over there too. But anyway, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Stay safe. Peace.